Hi, different doesn't mean bad. Different doesn't mean dangerous. Now, I look back at history, the history I learned in school. Because of my brain, certain things just don't make sense. So I learned that Christopher Columbus discovered Jamaica. I may say, but in American people, how can you discover a habited place? So that's always my thing. So even as a teacher, I teach two things. I said, for your exam purposes, write what they want. But for knowledge purposes, this is fact. Now, when the Spanish came here to the Caribbean, here to Jamaica, and they saw these people, they couldn't understand their language. And equally, the Taínos could not understand the language of the Spanish. They spoke different languages, but that did not mean that they were different. They were still people. They still bled blood. They still had 2 feet, a brain, 2 eyes. They weren't so different outside of culture and language. They weren't necessarily, well, the Spanish were dangerous to the Taínos because they had more sophisticated weaponry. But being different did not mean that they were dangerous. And so it is that because someone differs from you does not mean that you look down on them. It doesn't mean that you disregard them because they're different. That's just rude. That's just impolite and unkind. Because somebody was raised differently than you treat them badly. What does that say about you? Because somebody was raised differently from you turn your nose up at them. Listen, some of us who are guilty of that need to stop it. Need to get ourselves, our acts, our brains, our minds together and stop that foolishness. Different does not mean beneath you. Different doesn't mean dangerous. Different just means just that. Something is different about us, but essentially we are the same. So the same way you want to be treated is the same way you treat somebody else. The same way you want to be regarded is the same way you regard somebody else. It's just human decency. All right?